What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Hope you're all well. We're going to be doing another tune today, a much requested one, which is my E46 M3 game name, which is the DTM 46, I believe. I'll have to double check. You'll probably see in the title anyway. But yeah, we're going to be doing this tune. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So, welcome to the tune. Slight bit of difference to this one. As you may know from the streams, I normally use the Voodoo engine in this. But for the video, for all the PlayStation and Xbox people out there, I have changed the engine back to the standard engine. And you know what? I've actually really enjoyed using it. I don't know if they've done a sound update or something like that on it, but it does sound pretty cool. I think it is still a bit Marmite-y. You either love it or you hate it, but I like Marmite. I'm sorry to say that. Please don't dislike this video just because I've said that. But I do quite like this engine sound. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So on the front spring length, I use 18 centimeters on the front and 16 at the rear. My spring stiffness is 70 and my rear is 80. Again, like I say with all of my tunes, if you've got your own dampener setup or anything like that, please use it if you want to. You don't have to. You can use mine if you want. That's why I put these out here. So pretty much on all the front, I use 2000. Apart from the rebound stiffness, I use 3000 at the front, and on the rear, I use pretty much straight across the board, almost 1100, whatever you want to call that, NS. So I will quickly run through them for you. The fast bump is 11550. Fast rebound is 11530. The bump is 11490, and the rebound is 11500. They're pretty, yeah, it's pretty close. If it's like, I'd say anything from 1100 to 1200 on the back and 2000 to 300 on the front, it pretty much works quite nice on this car. Like I say with all my cars, I like to go for that sort of quite realistic sort of FD look on it, but again, you can slam it to the floor and do whatever. This tune should be pretty much it should be pretty versatile to whatever you want to do. But yeah, my front toe is -21 and my rear is as close to 0 as you can. The front camber is at 12.16 and the rear is as close to 3 as I can get it. My front roll bar is 10, the rear is 25, caster 6.5, acronym angle at 100%, and max steering angle. These three here will always stay the same for me. So yeah, wheels 19-inch all round, tyre width is 265. I had to lower the tyre pressure down a little bit on this one. I normally run the 190, but on this one I'm actually running 185. It's been working quite nicely for me lately. I've been using it a little bit more. Tyre pressure at the rear 220 as always. Again, with adhesion, you can use whatever you want. If you want to lower the adhesion on the front to 90, you can. Just obviously be aware you might have to lower the tyre pressures and do a few little changes that way. But I like to run my 100 adhesion at the front, 90 adhesion at the rear, just to give me that little bit of extra grip at the front without being too fussy with the tyre pressures. Front wheel track, again, it depends on what kit you're using. I will double check on what kit I'm using for you. I'll let you know. I think it might be like the street one, I think, but I'll double check for you. I'll let you know. But yeah, the track is all obviously dependent on what kit you're using. On this particular one, I'm using 13 and 2 to give me that sort of nice bit of stance. Give her some shoulders, look. She looks pretty aggressive from the front, doesn't she, eh? Tire profile 30 all around. Obviously you can adjust them if you want. Engine tune-up is 5%. My torque, as always, you probably heard me rabbit on about the torque all the time. I like to keep it quite middle ground, keep my my power right in the middle of my rev range. So yeah, that's 4,085. My limiter is at 8,000 RPM. Turbocharger, yes, and the air pressure to it is at 0.8. Yeah, 605 horsepower that should give you, with 691 newton meters of torque. Transmission sequential, yes. Diff lock, yes, all the way up. Final drive of 3. 4.5 on gear 1, 1.70 on gear 2, 1.40 on gear 3, 1.25 on gear 4, 1.16 on gear 5, 1.10 on gear 6. Again, if you've got a tune for your gears, please use it if you want to. You're more than welcome to use whichever setup you want to run. Obviously, if you do, let me know. I'd love to try it. Yeah, I'm always up for mucking around with some new tunes, seeing what everyone else is doing with their tunes. But yeah, this is just the one I like to use. With this one, you'll be using second, third, and fourth. Second is more your... I'd say second is the one that you'll be using the majority of the time, but third and fourth are there if you need them. And I have gone to the extent of tuning fifth and sixth if you do need to use them for those bigger tracks. But I doubt that you'll be using them that much. But you do. I'm not saying you don't go on these bigger tracks, but most people at the moment are either on East Hogue, Red Rock. They're the majority ones I see most people want to play. So I've tuned that, obviously second, third for those tracks for you. Brakes. I've actually upped my brakes recently to 2,600. This one is a little bit lighter, this tune. So I actually found it needed a little bit more brake force. I normally use anything from 2,200 to 2,400, but I was actually finding that I was actually not drifting, but I was actually understeering a little bit too much, because I didn't really have with the way I do it, I brake little and often. So I don't just like hold my brakes down, I just tap the brakes, just to sort of give it that little bit of a shock, just to knock it back a little bit. But I was finding 2,200 on this tune wasn't really working, so I've actually mucked around with the tune a little bit with the brakes, and as you came, I think it ended up at about 2,550. So I just thought I may as well make it simple for me to remember, and whack it on 2,600. And it actually works quite well with the 60% brake bias at the front and then no ABS. Some people could say put the ABS on so it doesn't lock up as much, but I don't know. I do quite like the wheels locking up every now and again, and it makes it a little bit more fun for me. But yeah, that is the tune. Nice short and sweet one. Yeah, it's a very, very, very good tune. Well, to me, it's a very, very good tune. It's taken me a little while to actually come to the point of releasing it, only because, you know, I've been wanting to make it, for me, absolutely spot on before I release it. I do that with all of my tunes. It's a very, very easy driftable car. Like, as you'll see in a second, it's very, very easy to control. If you wanted to go somewhere, little dab of brakes, power through, little bit of a clutch kick, whatever you need to do, and it will go. It's an extremely well-rounded car. It'll pretty much work on every single track. Some people say tunes will only work for one track. To me, I think that's rubbish. If you're very good at like tuning your gears, I think you can make any car and any tune work on any track. That's me personally. Everyone's got an opinion, but that's what I believe, that this car will work on pretty much every single track. But we're going to go and show you what this car can do. I will show you how easy it is to control. But yeah, let's get straight into that. I will see you guys in a second. So here we are on the track. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. We normally go on one of the popular tracks, but I thought I'd show you where I test all of my cars. This track that I don't know if anyone else has made it up or anything like that. I've not seen anyone else doing this track, but the track I'm going to show you is where I test all of my cars. It tests the longer corners, the quick switchback corners like the hairpins. Yeah, it's a really nice track to test your cars on. So I just thought, because this is probably one of my most controllable cars, like it's one of my most easiest cars to control, so I thought I'd actually show you. I'll show you how easy this car is to control. And one more thing, just to let you know, the body kit on this is the R&T body kit, so if you did want to copy this body kit, you are more than welcome to. But let's get straight into it. Let me get myself comfortable, as I'm a true gamer. Not. Right. She sounds good, yeah? So we start off with a nice simple little slalom into the first proper corner. Keeping her nice and steady on that second gear, up into third to get underneath the tyre. Down into second. I'll try and keep it as close as I can to the walls to show you with a little dab of brakes. She can be extremely controllable. Look at that. Oof, jeez. She's so up into third. Little clutch and handbrake there. Little dab of brakes on these little corners to keep her close to the wall. But at the moment you see, obviously, she is quite slow, but don't be put off by that. I will show you she is a quick car as well. She's so, you know, bringing her up into the rev limiter through these cars. We're going right here, round the lorries. Quick little switchback on the hairpins, through the trailers. As you can see, this track pretty much tests every part of the car. It tests that if it does get bogged down, which this car doesn't get bogged down at all. The way I've tuned the gears and the torque. Up into third. Back through the trailers. Try and get as close underneath this trailer here. Jeez. Little clutch kick to bring those revs back up. And I mean, this car, me and a teammate of mine, Yeez, we drift these cars all the time, and they're extremely good for tandeming. Hopefully more of the boys on the team will get this car, and we'll get some nice big trains going. So through the caravans, now we're going to be starting bringing it right up again. She may look like she's struggling here, but you wait. Nice and controlled, up into fourth. Like I said, fourth gear is pretty much the highest I normally go on this car. Let's see if we can get this first try, shall we? This is one take. Nice. So all that does there, it tests obviously what angle this car can obviously handle before it spins. Right, we're really bringing her up now. So where this is where I normally test the 5th and 6th. Through the trailers. Back down to 4th. Right, slight little dab of brakes. Back into the car park. This is where I normally test if they spin, which they do, as you can see very, very nicely. Now this is bringing this little run up to the end. I really hope you've enjoyed this this video. I hope it's helped you. If you need any questions answering about this tune in particular, I am more than happy to answer all of your questions. Please don't hesitate. We are live most evenings from 7 PM UK time, and on Mondays we're normally live from roughly about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd say, because I normally edit up all my videos on a Monday. But yeah, this is coming to the end. Just to let you all know, we have got a big competition running through November. It ends on the 23rd of November. I am giving away 2 copies of CarX Street. One is through loyalty points in the Twitch stream. So the more active you are and all that sort of stuff, you can buy tickets for 5 points. And there is no limit on how many points you can buy. Or tickets, sorry, how many you can buy, and that will be drawn at the 23rd of November. And the other way is we're going to be doing a few little fun games like sticks. Any winners from sticks, marbles on stream, drifts, any sort of drift games, like stuff like that. Any winners from that are going to be entered into a list. They're going to go onto a big wheel on the 23rd as well. And it's basically going to be the last man standing. If you win, say, marbles 3 or 4 times, your name will go on the wheel 3 or 4 times. So if you would like to be a part of that, feel free to come and join us on Twitch. The link is probably going to be in the description of this video. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to see you on the Twitch stream. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed the video. Please give it a little like and a comment, and share it with a friend. And yeah, turn the notification bell on. Always notifies you when the next video's coming up. If you've got a tune request, pop it in the comments. I'll have a look and I'll see if I can do it for you. That's absolutely fine. But that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah. Have an amazing day. Take care, guys. Love you all. In a bit.